everybody out," he said. "Let's see if you can shift this thing." The crew, apart from driver Billy Prettyjohn, who stayed ready at the wheel, quickly joined their OIC. The closer they got to the fallen tree, the bigger and heavier it looked. Pete Biffin stepped forward. Like all of the Wellington team, he was a retrained part-time fireman. His day job was farming. "It's an oak, Bob," he said. "Look at the size of it, and damaged by lightning at some stage, I'd say. You can see the split in the trunk, that's why it came down." "Never mind why it came down," countered Bob Parsons. "How the heck can we get it out of the damn way?" "We can't," said Pete. "Haven't got the gear. Not for that. We need specialist lifting equipment, Bob. Even a tractor with chains won't do it. We're going to have to call in USAR. Parsons grunted his irritation. Urban search and rescue are a specialist part of the fire service, equipped and trained to deal with a vast range of challenges including lifting and moving large, heavy objects. They even have their own forklift trucks. Pete Biffin was not really telling Parsons anything he didn't already know, but Bob hadn't wanted to accept the necessity to call in USAR to move the oak, because that would mean an unspecified delay in getting through to the manor. By the time a fire which, so far, appeared to be only a minor incident, might have turned into something else, and the Devon and Somerset Fire Service's USAR team were based at Exeter, almost 30 miles away. Nonetheless, Parsons knew he had no choice. "Right, Billy, you get onto it," he instructed. "Call them in. Meanwhile, does anyone know there's another route to the house?" There was a muttering. Nobody was sure. "There could be," began Pete Biffin. Tom Withy heard his own voice interrupting. "There's a light on in the gatehouse. You can just see it through a chink in the upstairs curtains," he said. "Perhaps there's someone there. Someone who might be able to help?" "Well done, lad," said Parsons, as he strode across to the house and knocked on the door. There was no response. "I thought I saw movement," ventured Tom uncertainly. But it could have been a trick of the light." Bob Parsons hammered more loudly on the door. There was still no response. He turned back to his crew. "Any other ideas?" "Look, I don't think this will help much, but I'm pretty sure there's a track from Blackdown Farm leading to the manor," said Pete Biffin. "It's meant for tractors, though. I don't reckon we'd stand much chance of getting this beast through." "I was on an engine once and the driver took it straight through a hedge," muttered Parsons. "I reckon we'd have to mow down hedges on either side, and a stretch or two of bank as well," said Pete. "No, the more I think about it, the more I can't see that it's worth even trying that track. We'd just get stuck." Parsons turned to stare at Blackdown Manor. The moon seemed to be growing increasingly brighter. There was still little sign of a fire, although he was fairly sure he could see some smoke now. "Anyone know if there's any water close to the house?" he asked. It was Pete Biffin again who answered the question. As a boy, he'd helped his father deliver eggs and vegetables to Blackdown Manor. "There's a big ornamental pond right in front of the place," Pete volunteered, knowing exactly what his station manager was getting at. "We should be able to pump from that." "Right," said Parsons. "Let's unload the LPP and get on up there to check the place out properly." Parsons was referring to the light portable pump carried by all British fire appliances. Tom Withy, a big strong lad who, along with all the other fire officers stationed at Wellington, trained at least 3 times a week, had already helped carry one several times. He reckoned that most people would not regard the LPP as remotely light or portable. The pumps were basically adapted car engines and weighed the best part of half a ton. 4 fit men were needed to carry one of them, and the shorter the distance, the better. On this occasion, the pump would have to be somehow or other lifted over the fallen tree, and then there was still a 1/4 of a mile of driveway to cover. As, along with the rest of the crew, he turned to run back to the engine and unload the pump, Tom just hoped he was up to the task. Bob Parsons was still speaking. "The way things are at the moment, if there's anyone inside, we should be able to get them out," Parsons continued. "And at least we can assess how serious the situation is. So the quicker we get there, the better." Within